Recording in progress. Episode 281, for lack of a better term. Find music. Oh, yeah. Now, finding music, so many ways, as Jim has demonstrated. And so for me, I had an interesting experience over the weekend, and I'm going to share that. Here we go. Sharing that screen. As everybody who follows this popular program knows, I use my media player to share snips. Today, I'm not sure it's a good idea to share snips at all, because I'm going to share these bands that are actually better at doing other people's songs. Now, everybody's heard of Three Dog Night. No need to discuss that. And people probably already know about Vanilla Fudge, right? They were big in their heyday.
Yep. I think
So
they're
what
still
attracted
around
me
too.
to that is in my algorithm, this album came up, Out Through the Indoor. Came out in 2007. It's nothing but Vanilla Fudge covering Led Zeppelin songs.
Oh, nice.
And they do an amazing job. They've always done an amazing job, Vanilla Fudge. It really surprises me how good they are doing covers. Most people know from the first album, because I didn't own any Vanilla Fudge, I'll be honest. So naturally, wanting to complete a CD, I looked into their catalog, and I found the first album, recently remastered in 2020. They do a version of the Beatles' Ticket to Ride. I guess they're famous for totally reworking that song, the long intro, predating, yes, having done America, Paul Simon's America, Simon and Garfunkel. That's originally a 4-minute song. Yes makes it a 10-minute song. So they took Vanilla Fudge and went a step further. But Vanilla Fudge, they seem to be the originators of this extend it and change it for remakes. I mean, they do a version of Eleanor Rigby. It's almost unrecognizable. It's just a horse of a different color. It's spectacular. People Get Ready, very well-known song. Their version has its own wrinkle. She's Not There. You Keep Me Hanging On might be their best cover of all. And that's saying a lot. A lot of people have covered that song. It's been fudged. Okay.
It's bluesy. It's bluesy, man.
It's so good. I just blown away. So I had to find more. Do they have more? And they did have more. There's 2 more albums I got. One's called Spirit of 67. It says it was released in 2015. And then there's one called The Return, and it was released in 2002. So I don't know if those are actual release dates or not. But what these albums all have in common is that they're all remakes. And I love these remakes. Their version of I Heard It Through the Grapevine, so unlike everybody else's. It rocks, very successful. The letter is easier to emulate, in my opinion. I Can See for Miles now, that's a tough one. I don't think anybody can outdo the Who on that. They do a remarkable job of Break On Through to the Other Side. It's more than double the length, almost triple the length. And it's just extraordinary. And then these other unexpected ones like Tracks of My Tears. Isn't that a soft song? Yeah, they do it. I'm a Believer. I'm a Believer Now. They did it. Give Me Some Lovin'. Everybody does that. For What It's Worth. That one, it's hard to put a wrinkle in it, because it's so distinctive. Ruby Tuesday, extended. Whiter Shade of Pale. That was just begging to be redone, right? And the last one I wasn't familiar with, Let's Pray for Peace, but it's just like a beautiful elegiac ending to the album. That's supposedly released in 2015, called Spirit of 67. I highly recommend these 4 releases. They're just great top to bottom. The Return, look at those titles. Ain't That Peculiar? This is like a greatest hits thing. Maybe they're re-recordings from their other albums. Because for some reason, almost every album's got Shotgun on it. And it's my least favorite of their covers, honestly. It's just a little too bombastic for me, for my taste. But everything else, good taste. Take Me for a Little While. I didn't know that song before. Now I know it. It's a beautiful song. I think I heard Good Good Living before. She's Not There before, of course. Season of the Witch. That was an interesting, because Donovan had some interesting session players on his version. And then the one that really took me, totally unexpected. Do You Think I'm Sexy?
Holy cow.
What?
That's
Vanilla Fudge, I
adventurous
thought,
right there.
is that where they jumped the shark right?
That's
Yeah,
adventurous.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm
That's
still
pretty
deciding on
cool.
that. Still deciding. But these are such commercial songs that I dare not even sample. Anyway, so that was a very successful discovery session.
Very cool.
And then because of that, something else came up in my algorithm. Also unexpected. You've probably heard of Black Oak, Arkansas.
Yep.
They have
Seen
that
him
song
live.
Jim Dandy, everybody knows, right? Well,
Yep.
they had an album called, it's a brand new release, 2023. It's called The Devil's Jukebox. Nothing but covers. Hey, Black Oak, Arkansas, they can put their own print on just about any song. It was really amazing. I was highly pessimistic that they could do a decent version of Sympathy for the Devil. I was wrong. It's great. Space Lord. It's great. All on the Watchtower. Great. California Dreaming. Black Oak, Arkansas doing California Dreaming, making it rock. It's possible. I'm a Man. That's, easy cover.
Standard.
Somebody to Love. You're thinking, wait a minute, isn't the lead singer a guy in Black Oak, Arkansas? And of course, they get a female vocalist because Ruby Starr, she passed away. I mean, I'm probably like a lot of people in the mid 70s, 75 or so. We discovered Ruby Starr thanks to Black Oak, Arkansas, because she sang on Jim Dandy. And she was a great singer in her own right. And she covered Maybe I'm Amazed. Oh, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I just had to plug Ruby Starr there. And then, some other non-surprises. Hendrix, I guess, is easy to do. Bold as Love, interesting choice. Neil Young, Mr. Soul, Southern Man. I guess that's because Arkansas, right? Black Oak is a city in Arkansas. That's how they got the name. And finally, I needed to fill out the CD that I was making, and so I hunted the rest of the catalog. And I have to be honest, I don't like the originals. I really don't. But for some reason, almost every one of their albums starts with a remake. And it's always, for me, the best song on the album. They do a version of the Guess Who's when the band was singing Shakin' All Over. It's amazing. They do a version of the Beatles' Taxman. Nothing like the original Taxman. It's really well done. Different. They do a version of Bob Seger's Ramblin' Gamblin' Man. That sounds a little more natural. That one is definitely more natural. And then I still needed to fill out the CD, so I found 2 more songs. God Bless the Children. That's a classic, easy to do, gospel flavor. And the Rolling Stones, Not Fade Away. As you can see by the time, it's more than doubled, tripled.
Wow.
Amazing. Amazing. So I actually highly recommend, if you're someone who likes to get individual songs, like these young people love to do, I recommend any remake done by Black Oak, Arkansas, pretty much. It's awesome. And just to fill out this episode, there is one other band I have to acknowledge. I don't know if this is well known, but there was a band called Great White.
Oh, yeah.
Band I had no interest in until I found out they did an album of Zeppelin covers called Great Zeppelin. And this has got to be the closest you can get to Led Zeppelin without it being Led Zeppelin. And that's a very high accolade, because that's very hard to get that mood. Vanilla Fudge, they approximate the mood, they get the mood very close to that mood, but they do their own thing. Great White here is doing a raw imitation, and they do it very well. So I can highly recommend that. And I looked for something to fill out the CD, and I found this thing called Recover. Get it? Recover. And that album, I liked most of it, not all of it. I just picked the ones I liked. So I'll just quickly say they did Bad Company, Mop the Hooples, Ready for Love, right? Mick Ralph's song. Saturday Night Special, Leonard Skinner, right?
Yep.
That's a Southern flavor. Same Old Song and Dance, rock and roll. That should be easy. Unchained, same category. Any Way You Want It, Journey. They did it. They rocked a little more. No Matter What. It's a pop song, but it's got guitar going on. And finally, Fire and Water, another Bad Company remake. These are all very well done imitations. And let me have one last thought. I got one last thought. I'll stop to share just to prove this is the last thought. I surprisingly enjoyed these too much. Now, what's wrong with me that I'm enjoying cover songs almost more than the original? So I guess it's possible. It makes me think of one instance that's true like that. That's very true. I don't want to step on any toes, but there's a song called Groovy Kind of Love. That was done originally by the Mindbenders.
Yep.
Oh, I remembered that. Oh, I still
Yep.
have a mind. That's good.
The Mindbenders. Yeah.
And so Phil Collins, of all people, remade that song. And the remake's better than the original. That's a rare thing.
I think
For me,
another
for
one
me.
would be All Along the Watchtower.
Well, that's an easy one. That's
Yeah.
an easy one because Jimi Hendrix was just brilliant,
Yes.
ahead of his time. Right, he was transported in time to 1967. And
Mhm. I was also have to say in that category would be What's So Funny About Peace, Love, and Understanding.
a remake of Elvis Costello
No, Elvis Costello
did
covered
the remake.
Nick Lowe.
Oh, because it was yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
See, brain is not totally clear. You're right about that. You're right. That is an excellent cover. It's such a good cover. I thought it was his song,
Yeah, me
but you're
too
right.
for a
It's
long
not Nick
time.
Lowe. Nick Lowe.
Oh, another one. Another one would be Old 55 by the Eagles, originally
Yeah,
written by
Tom
Tom
Waits.
Waits.
Tom
Yeah.
Waits. Well, yeah. My introduction was the Eagles version,
Yep.
so
Mine too.
that's near and dear to my heart.
Yeah,
I
mine
love that
too.
album, On the
Yep.
Border. That was my
Yep.
gateway drug into the Eagles.
If you ever get a chance to go to YouTube and bring up Jack Tempchin wrote Already Gone.
Yeah, I
If you
know
ever
it.
get if you ever get a chance to hear his original version, it's way different than the Eagles version. And I wouldn't say one's better than the other because I like both equally well.
I'll check it out because
Yeah.
when I was 14 years old, I got to confess, good for the soul. When I was 14, I had a neighbor friend, a couple years younger than me. We both loved top 40. So we made our own top 40 charts
Oh,
based on
nice.
our preferences. And what was the number one song? Already Gone.
Oh, it's a great
That
song.
went straight to number one.
All right.
Yeah, loved those. Really big on that album, On the
Yep,
Border. Just
yep,
a great album.
yep, it is.
And on that thought, I will thank everybody for watching these episodes today. We're a little short-handed. People are traveling. People are going to school. And go to Facebook. You'll always find our discoveries as we discover them there. And you can post your discoveries as well and comment and get some dialogue going. A lot of fun music to find that's new and old. And of course, if you got some leisure time, 281 episodes now of fine music. What can I say? But it's so easy to pile on the episodes once a week.
Approaching 300.
We'll get there. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you. Take it easy.